ver si estás sentado puedes manejar. Sí, sí, claro, por supuesto. Vamos a quitar el bucle.
Igual ahora podemos acercar como mañana digo.
Así es. Bueno, meto un bucle. Meto bucle. No. En principio.
Okay, welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to explain a bit the agenda. We're going to have first a bit of an introduction to the Climate4Action project. This is a European Erasmus Funded project we have been working on since October 2024, and it's ending in the 31st of March this year. So this is the multiplayer event, and it's the last activity we are expecting for the project. So I'm gonna introduce you a bit to all the other activities and results that we had during these 2 years. And afterwards, we're gonna introduce a documentary we made, 30 minutes documentary, that is gonna show up the biggest global challenges that is being faced mostly in the Mediterranean region, the European subregion of the Mediterranean countries. And after that, we're going to have some of our collaborators. They're introducing their organizations and the activities they are also developing to ensure this adaptation and mitigation of the climate change conditions that we are suffering nowadays. And we will have this break, and we will go through the workshop. We'll have lunch 1 to 2. We will stop the streaming then, and we will work here in the room on site to face these challenges, to look for some ideas and solutions that we could present. And those initiatives we will try to develop and to present them. We want you to introduce it to us and to choose. There's no bad ideas, there's never bad ideas, but to choose the ones that are more practical or easy to implement according to the way you design these solutions. Great, so let's begin with the project. As we were saying, this is an initiative. It started at national level in Spain in 2019, and we detected this need to join citizenship for with the end goals for being prepared to the climate conditions and to join different events and activities to help local communities face its consequences. So we scaled this initiative with this Erasmus support, And now we are working with a Cyprus organization, with its Youth Employment Training Foundation, and with the Startup from North Macedonia, which is another super useful organization for these work packages we're going to introduce now. And our main goals were to support education and climate action, oriented mostly to young people in the European localities, and then to promote these actions within the communities, and to give the youth these tools to be able to develop these solutions for one in time without the need of the project once it's end, and then to act finally against green disinformation. So we wanted to bring also to the table a lot of narratives that maybe are not being focused on how these climate effects are affecting, let's say again, these communities. So to engage more people in these activities. And you can pass. So as we were saying, we are these premium partners in the consortia. We of course have a lot of collaborators that are here with us today, and they will introduce themselves later on. So from Alto Possible, we provided the whys of the previous initiative at the national scale. We also used the previous platform we transformed it into multilingual, including Greek, including Macedonian and English. And we also use it for uploading the results of the different work packages, so everyone has open access to these tools and they can use it, youth workers, green workers, and also young people themselves to develop more ideas and competencies during time. Then the Smart Hub partner from North Macedonia, they were the experts in the methodological part, developing these results on data telling methodology as a first guideline that we uploaded there in the different languages. And they will explain later on how they managed to build these strong methodological guidelines that were tested and co-created by some experts on the fields. And the Youth Employment Training Foundation was mainly our facilitator. And as they are a big organization in Cyprus, mentoring and bringing youth people these opportunities in internship programs, and working with the community in intergenerational initiatives as well, they brought the knowledge to develop these open educational resources, to test it with these young people, and to coordinate these activities in the three realities with 162 young people in total. And this is mainly like the diagram, the timeline of the project. So the consortium was created in 2024 when the project started, even a bit before with all the proposal presentation. It was really a collaborative work, otherwise it wouldn't get funded. Then we started, we followed like this logical line, and we started with the work package 2 in climate data telling stories. So SmartUp coordinated this guideline development, as we said. And after that, we try to engage youth to follow these guidelines and to develop their own data stories in a real format, social media format, to sensitize other young people, and doing it through verified data on climate, and depending also on their local reality needs and challenges they face. Then we started, it overlapped a bit the initiative on the creation of the open educational resources. This gave us also the opportunity to test the data telling part within the youth and green workers in the first section of the work package 3 that was led by Youth Employment Training Foundation. And so first, they developed a first version of a training manual for these workers to be able to continue with these sessions and these trainings during the following years. And this training manual was ended after we test the educational resources and the manual, the way we implement the sessions with the youngsters. And so as for the work package 2, we enroll like 8 or 10 experts in the field, mostly from North Macedonia, but also with some insights from Cyprus and from Spain. Go back.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Yes. So for the data telling stories, we almost reached the 10 data stories we were expected for the project. We have 9 so far. And so this gave us also like the feedback from the young people who created them. Then as we said previously, in the Open Educational Resources Work Package, for the training manual, we reached like 50 workers in the 3 realities to co-create this way of tackling young people with the great competencies. And then we implemented the just training for 162 people, which was more than expected. So we actually thank just to be committed to these kind of sessions. And we did it both online and on site, and it was quite successful in the end. And then, of course, we had, this is actually something on parallel, but we had all the testing and the dissemination actions until we reached down the peak in this Climathon as a last activity of the project. And now I'm gonna leave the floor to my 2 colleagues, co-workers in this project, that are Romina and Milena from the 2 different organizations, the partner organizations, and they're gonna explain better how was the process of each work package, how was it done, and they're gonna bring the knowledge here. So please, Milena, whenever you want.
Yeah, thank you all. It's always a pleasure to visit another country. It's always a pleasure to visit people who previously we've met online. And of course, it's a pleasure to be here in Cyprus. So thank you all for coming today. I'm going to explain the process of creation of the data story methodology. Yes, we had, as an organization, we had the lead in this work package, but I think I would like to say that it's a joint effort from all the organizations included into the project. So, yeah, we started developing during 2024 and early 2025. And the first thing that we do is actually collecting study cases from all the partner organizations, and we all needed to have some kind of baseline to start thinking how to sort out all the data that we have and introduce to the major public and make them acceptable and easy to read and easy to understand. Because we actually, the thing that we started the project is finding out that everything is sometimes can be confusing, and that is why people or young people that cannot understand what's going on, and that they cannot actually influence more on their surrounding and their environment. So all of the organizations included their case studies, and we studied them. And at that point, we start building the methodology. We, of course, we did a lot of it. We have desktop research and research a lot of already used methodologies for other types of engagements. But in case we created it in 2 steps that I will explain later, actually what is the methodology is consisted of. So of course, when we produced the methodology, it was validated by different people that engaged into the project from all organizations. And as Christina already mentioned, it is available in English, Macedonian, Spanish, and Greek on the website, Action4Climate website. So that was actually the introduction. The main thing is that how we did it. So we collected data. We start with collecting data, and then we start analyzing the data. And then when we actually saw the collection of relevant data sets and evidence is very important, because you can always use something that is misinformation, disinformation, or information that is not correct. So that's why we said, okay, what is important always to find out reliable sources that can give you the information that are actually the ones that are supposed to be used in the data storytelling methodology. Then, of course, the second step is to make an analysis. So then you need to explore the trends, patterns, and you can find these, because not everything that is offered it's interesting not only for people but also for young people or public in general. So you need to make an analysis and define the target group, which one you would like to communicate with. And then the next thing is the insight. So you need to think what kind of message you want to send to that audience that you already defined. So and how to define the message, how to actually compound the message, because it's very difficult, or it's very important to know how to communicate with the public or to the target group that you want to communicate with. And at the end, the story is very important. Using everything that previously was done, so the message, the analysis, the data, that you're making a story. Why? Because story is something that is acceptable for the general public and also for the young people. So if young people are making those resources, in that case, probably they are going to be accepted by the young audience public. And so at the end, it's of course the action. So the way how we can make those resources, they can be like in a poster, they can be posters, they can be videos, they can be different mimes and so on. So in that case, it's very important that young people decide what kind of tool they are going to use, ICT tool, the one that is familiar with them, if they even though we offered some kind of ICT tools, but at the end it's their decision what kind of ICT tools they are going to use, and at the end they also make a decision what kind of outcome they are going to produce, whether it's going to be a video, whether it's going to be just a poster, or maybe I don't know, a different type of resource. Okay. And of course, as I previously mentioned, when we created this methodology, we gathered a focus group from 9 experts, youth workers, trainers, data analysts, and science teachers, and they were testing it. So they said they gave us the opinion, they tested it, they make the presentation, discussion, and practical exercises, and they said that actually they think that the young people would like this because it's very close to them. So they find it something that is easy. They know ICT tools, they have access to different data. They loved actually the access. They are the one that can create the data. So in that case, they find it very interesting. Of course, all the organizations participated in the confirmation of the validity. So the confirmation at the end that the methodology is clear, practical, and relevant for the youth. Of course, at the end, because we wanted to produce some kind of outcome from this methodology and test it on the youth, so we have training sessions with youth where we actually talk about the methodology. We were talking with young people. We actually pass the knowledge to them and teach them how to create those resources. And at the end, they actually, it was validated with a group of young people to test the practical application where they actually created different videos at the end, sending the message to their peers in the country. And of course, they did it with translation in English so they can have a larger audience, even though they were working on local programs. For example, in North Macedonia, the problem here in Skopje is that we have a polluted air, so actually they were more focused to that problem. But on the other hand, our task was not to only to talk about the problems and motivate the people to create resources that are going to motivate other people to be more active in the field of in the same field, but actually it was to test the methodology and see if it's working for young people, and it did. It worked. So in that case, we produced, as Christina previously explained, that we produce videos that are already available to a larger audience. And I think that's it. So I can ask Romina to continue, replace my place here. Thank you.
Здраво, јас сум Стефан. Имам 21 година и живеам во Скопје. Секогаш сум бил заинтересиран за климатските промени, но не сигурен како да направам промена. Решив да истражувам на социјалните мрежи. По моето истражување, решив да ја пробам веганската диета во време трајање од 30 дена. Започнав со купување на наmirници како шпагети и свежи зеленчуци, од кои направив вкусни и здрави оброци. После еден месец ги направив калкулациите што покажуваат дека сум заштедил 85 кг CO2, што е еквивалентно на еден лаптоп запален цела година. Јас се исхранував на овој начин 30 дена и направив промена. Обиди се и ти, направи промена.
Esta es mi casa. Una lluvia torrencial la negó y llegué a tener el agua por la cadena. En los últimos años las inundaciones se han multiplicado en España, incluso en sitios como este, Sevilla, donde el agua cae con fuerza no tarda. Las inundaciones son críticas para España. Más del 70% de las infraestructuras esenciales del país, tanto hospitales, escuelas, servicios básicos, están ubicados en zonas de alto riesgo de inundación. Y eso sin contar con las casas de muchas personas, como la mía. Las zonas más vulnerables coinciden especialmente donde la urbanización crece sin suficiente planificación. Pero hay otro eje que afecta todavía más. El motor es el cambio climático, donde los modelos climáticos muestran un aumento de lluvias extremas, más intensas, más irregulares, que incrementan dramáticamente el riesgo de las inundaciones. Pero no todo está tardío. Existen formas de adaptarnos, recuperando espacios naturales, humedales, mejorando la planificación urbana, invirtiendo en infraestructuras que absorban completamente el agua para evitar estas catástrofes. La adaptación y la prevención salvan vidas. Tenemos que cambiar cómo construimos y planificamos y respondemos al agua. Cada zona verde, cada humedal, cada política climática cuenta. La naturaleza no perdona. Por eso, el cambio comienza en uno. Únete al cambio. Ayúdanos a mejorar.
She moves like a map with no borders, a whisper caught in the wind. I see her boots at the corner cafe with an open can grin. She's chasing skies I've never named while I stay in my lane. There's something in the way she moves keeps pulling at my chain. Oh, traveler, you carry the sun leaving behind what I hold inside.
So, hello everyone, my name is Romina. I am representing Youth Employment and Training Foundation. I'm a project officer, and we were partners in the Action4Climate project. As Christina mentioned, we were the facilitators, so we created the open educational resources along with our partners, and we tested it in two different phases with youth workers and with youth in all of the three countries that were engaged in the project. Just to let you know, and giving the terminology of open educational resources, are freely accessible educational materials that can be used, adapted, shared to support learning and teaching. So in the Action4Climate, we created an assessment with three different topics, which are in order to give a specific profile according to the results to the participants. So they could be educator, activists, or innovator according to their engagement with the climate change in their countries. So we had three different topics that are the main issues that the countries that were engaged in the project face. So in Cyprus, we have the forest protection and water conservation due to water scarcity and limited forest coverage. In Spain, there was the water quality and marine ecosystems, highlighting issues related to coastal ecosystems and water pollution. And in North Macedonia, the air pollution and household emissions, addressing high levels of air pollution caused by heating practices and urban emissions. So we have three different topics, and the assessment had three different phases, and according to this, they get the profile that I mentioned before. So we begin with youth worker sessions that helped us in order to create this assessment, and we invited and involved youth workers, trainers, and educators in order to collaborate, to design, and to validate the questions that our climate assessment would include. So in Spain, as you can see, the youth worker session were held 28 to 29 July 2025. They had 15 youth workers participated in one-to-one calls or meetings, and they had also engaged 3 additional environmental organizations that provided feedback by email in order to validate the questions of the climate assessment tool. Next, we have Cyprus. In Cyprus, the youth worker workshop was held online, 11th July of 2025. We had 20 participants that attended the session. We had youth workers, NGO staff, trainers, school social worker, and 1 student. So we had 16 women and 4 men, aged 20 to 42, that helped us validate the questions. In North Macedonia, the session was held in 30 July 2025. They engaged 14 youth workers, teachers, educators, and trainers, 11 women and 3 men, aged 28 to 48, that validated the questions. So we created this climate impact assessment tool. As I said, we had 3 different topics. So we have forest, water, and air pollution. So the participants were able to choose one of the topics or to complete the whole questionnaire, and according to the answers in the 5 questions that we have in each of these topics, they would receive a specific profile according to their engagement. Okay, so here you have an example of the questions that we included in the climate assessment tool. So in response to a prolonged summer drought, how would you promote sustainable water use? So they have 3 different options, and according to the answer, they are a specific profile. Here you can see how it is in our website, at the Action4Climate website. So we have the 3 different topics, and you have the option also to complete the whole questionnaire, so you can get a whole profile. Moving on, we have the profiles that you can get. So we have the educator, the activist, and innovator, as I mentioned before. The educator focuses on raising awareness and sharing knowledge. The activist focuses on taking action and mobilizing communities. And the innovator focuses on developing solutions and new ideas, maybe using technology and being more creative. So, except from the assessment, we also created training material. So we had climate engagement quiz, open educational resources, action tips and learning resources according to your profile that you could choose in every topic. that they are available after you are completing the assessment tool. Next, then we moved on, after we finalized and we had the climate assessment tool, we moved on in the youth sessions to test it. So in 3 countries we had youth 18 to 35 that we had sessions with them. We have interactive activities in order to test and to give us feedback about the assessment tool, the questionnaire as such, and also how it works in the website of the project. The first country was Spain. They have the youth sessions from October 2025 until February 2026. They have 47 young people that were engaged. They were from 23 to 30 years old. There was a strong connection with universities and environmental organizations. And the participants highlighted the interactive discussions and OER materials as valuable for understanding climate action. In the next, we have Cyprus. Here, the sessions were held from November to December 2025. We had 62 young people that were engaged, mostly students from universities, from the private universities in Cyprus, that we were from 20 to 30 years old. And the participants valued the combination of educational content, practical examples, and climate action discussions. And lastly, we have North Macedonia. They have the session 29 of October 2025. The majority were high school and university students. They have 36 female and 25 male participants. Participants reported that the workshop helped them better understand climate action and motivate them to sustainable actions in their communities. So in general, we had very positive feedback. They liked a lot the fact that they could get a specific profile in order to see the actions that they could do according to their profile. Okay. So personally, it was a great experience, and I would like to take the opportunity to thank the coordinator and the other partner. I think that it was very valuable for the youth and also for organizations in all countries in order to learn more about the climate change, and also to know how they can, what actions they can do in order to improve the situation in the whole Europe, not just the countries that they were involved in the project. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Juliana and Romina. Of course, this project wouldn't be the same without you. It could not be possible, and we are super proud of you, what you have achieved, and we would achieve together. And now we're gonna have the opportunity to present a short documentary we were able to prepare. It was a result that wasn't really expected, and we put a lot of effort and love on it, so we hope you enjoy it. And we also hope that it shows the reality of what the project wants to show off, and also the people that are really engaged in the communities. That is not us, it's like the voices, and the name of the documentary is Voices into Action, and that is why you are also here, because we want to hear from you. We want your ideas, your inspiration, and your action to be real. So,
the climate crisis is not a distant future. It is here. It is local. And it is shaping the places we live in. In 2023, the UN Secretary General warned us, without clean air, green jobs, and affordable clean energy, we are heading toward a 2.8 degrees Celsius warmer world. And the science confirms it. At just 1.1 degrees of global warming, we already see melting ice, rising seas, and warming oceans. and nowhere in Europe feels this more intensely than the Mediterranean. Than the global average. Longer heat waves, stronger droughts, increasing risk of coastal flooding. Southern and eastern Mediterranean countries are especially vulnerable. Not only because of climate, but because in some regions, air pollution remains dangerously high. In others, forests grow slowly. Water quality goes unmeasured. Or ecosystems decline silently. In Skopje, Stefan reminds us that air pollution is part of daily life. Traffic, old cars, and heating systems affect both the climate and people's health.
Здраво, јас сум Стефан. Имам 20 години и живеам во Скопје. Сообраќајот во Скопје е многу густ. Тоа е една од најголемите причини за загадениот воздух во Скопје. Но јас сакам да живеам здраво и да дишам чист воздух. Затоа решив да преземам нешто, односно да придонесам кон намалување на загадувањето. Така што повеќе ќе користам јавен превоз наместо автомобил. Секој ден на факултет пешачев и поред месец без користење на автомобил успеав да зачувам 54 кг CO2, што придонесува почист воздух во градот. Те поттикнувам и ти да имплементираш оваа еколошка навика и заедно да дишаме чист воздух.
In Cyprus, Marios highlights the importance of caring for water and forests. As droughts and wildfires increase, protecting nature is also protecting people and communities. This is what Mario says. I came to Cyprus a few years ago as a student, and one of the and many rivers and dams across the island. Water in Cyprus is not only important, it's part of the island's beauty and culture. But Cyprus is one of the driest countries in Europe, and climate change is making droughts longer and water more limited. That's why protecting water is something we all need to do. We can save water at home, avoid wasting it, keep beaches and rivers clean, and respect natural areas when we visit them. Even small actions like shorter showers or no throwing rubbish in nature can make a difference. Forests are more than trees. They cool the land, store carbon, protect soil, and host life. But in the Mediterranean, forests face droughts, fires, and fragmentation. Protecting and restoring forests is both mitigation and adaptation. It reduces emissions and helps communities adapt to heat and water stress. Healthy soil is one of our most powerful climate tools. It stores carbon, retains water, and sustains food systems. Yet soil degradation threatens rural livelihoods and food security. regenerative practices, local knowledge, and youth engagement can reverse this trend. This is Jorge, one of 9 friends who came together with a shared initiative on food sovereignty. They grow their own local vegetables and bring them to their community, quietly inspiring more conscious ways of consumption. But as the climate grows more unpredictable, they must adapt quickly to keep this project alive.
Welcome to our garden, 3 years by now. We gathered some friends, 9 of us, both men and women. We are historically on the horticultural production fields around the city of Cyprus. This turned into monocrops many decades ago. On, of course, growing our own food, ecological vegetables. Here there's a variety of them. Most are local, but as you know, it's been quite challenging. We experience it year over year, the extreme weather conditions. A lot of rain, really concentrated some days, like balls of ice raining from the sky, extreme winds, heat waves, one after the other. Trying also to investigate to develop already like varieties of food, like subtropical ones that are already adapted to this climate we're depicting. We try to adapt, but might waste a lot of labor hours because of some huge storm that just vanishes, destroys the whole crop. So you have to start over. Working in the field is always been like that, but it's some kind of new rules now. We tend to leave the biodiversity, microorganisms, or insects, every part of the ecosystem to balance itself without minimal intervention. Ladybugs are doing their thing. We try to reincorporate to the soil so it's a living soil. The things that you care about grows. They reach something that you can see, that you can taste, that you can share with others. So it's also about caring.
Water defines the Mediterranean, but climate warming, pollution, and overuse are pushing ecosystems to their limits. Water quality is declining. Marine ecosystems face warming seas, acidification, and biodiversity loss. Protecting water means protecting life, human and non-human. Local action, from river restoration to coastal conservation, makes a global difference. Most young people live in cities, and cities are both part of the problem and the solution. Air pollution, especially fine particles like PM 2.5, affects health and climate. Fortunately, the world is changing. Greener cities mean cleaner air, cooler streets, and better quality of life. Protests. Sometimes it looks like planting, repairing, educating, and caring. This decade is decisive, and young people are not just future leaders, they are present actors. Globally, those who contribute least to climate change often suffer the most. Climate justice means fairness between countries, between generations, between communities, Building climate solutions also means building skills for sustainability, for resilience, for meaningful work. The climate crisis is not just an environmental issue. It is a question of justice, participation, and shared responsibility. The climate crisis can feel overwhelming, but action begins locally. You don't need to solve everything. You just need to be part of something. The Mediterranean has always been a meeting point of cultures, ecosystems, and ideas. Facing climate change is not about fear. It's about responsibility, solidarity, and hope. The future is not here, now, together. The climate crisis is
So now we are going to talk about best practices, and we have a specific project that it has as a topic intergenerational activities. And along with Dimitris, we are going to present you what we did because we collaborated in Cyprus. And before we talk about the project, we would like to introduce you the organizations that were engaged in Cyprus. So the first one is Materia Group, that is SME in Cyprus, was founded in 2000. It has 2 care units in Nicosia. It offers a lot of services, mainly rehabilitation, care, well-being oriented services, psychosocial support, physiotherapy, cognitive therapy, neuropsychology evaluation, occupational therapy, transportation services. There are other recreational classes that are being implemented inside the premises. And also it is a certified training center that has a variety of trainings related to healthcare. So the project that I would like to talk to you about is the Intergenic project, the Erasmus Plus project. The aim of the project was to bring together the youth and the older people in the countries that were engaged in the project, and it was coordinated by UHI University in Spain. From Cyprus, Materia Group was responsible for the older citizens, and University of Limassol was responsible for the youth. We did some activities in order to bring them together to find a common solution in their communities. And today with us we have youth representative from Ennomeni Neolea Libyon, Dimitris, who is going to share his experience of how he found this kind of activities and give us a little bit of his experience in this journey participating in this kind of project. So he's going to tell us a little bit about their organization. Oh, sorry. Here.
Hello, my name is Dimitris. I'm here to represent the Ennomeni Neolea Libyon. So our youth organization started in 2016. A few young people decided to create an organization in order to do different events in our village in order to make people to be active in the village. Yeah.
So let's see a few things about the projects. So we had, as we said, senior and youth groups. They were located at Libya, which is a large village in the Nicosia district of Cyprus. We had the youth, people that they organized all the activities. We had, as I said, Materia Group and University of Limassol, which are the two partners from Cyprus that implemented the activities. Here you have the meeting with the seniors of Olympia. That were the first meeting was the 20th of March 2024 at the Culture Center of the community. That we discussed and we shared experience, knowledge, stories regarding career practices that they used to do. This is the second meeting in order to get more in-depth knowledge from them, because we created training material on how to hold these kind of activities and bring together two different generations. And here, the first meeting with the youth happened. With University of Limassol and Neolea Libyon had their first meeting. It was your first engagement with the project there?
I wasn't there, actually.
You wasn't there, you weren't there.
In the first meeting, but...
So this was the first meeting. The second meeting, you were there?
No.
You don't know? So we used to hold these activities, these meetings in different places at Libya. So we got to know the village, because it was a culture center. We had different cafes, so we met with local people, and we learned more about the village. Also, despite all the knowledge that we got from both generations, because the seniors gave us their experience and their knowledge of practices that they used to do in the past, green practices, and the youth transferred their knowledge about technology to them. So we brought two different generations together, and they exchanged knowledge and experience in different fields. So this is the first intergenerational meeting. It was on 22nd March of 2025. It was at the local home that they are. This is kind of a hotel, not a.
Yes, it's.
They are renting the room.
Traditional houses.
Yes. So here they learned about baking. There was another traditional lepturgiki, traditional.
It's with wood.
Sculpting the wood. They danced a lot. I wasn't there, but Dimitri was there for sure. So they danced. They ate all what they baked. So it was the first time they were together in an activity. As you can see, they learned a lot from each other. Seniors were taught about technology, about mobile applications, and the youth were taught about traditional and culture and traditional practices, about green practices, and about other techniques like carving wood that they did in the past. Here you have the whole team. So they had more activities. In these activities, they met 3 times, and we had also a field trip. What they did here together, they worked together in order to find and decide a specific solution for the community. So they came up with, and we had also the field trip, so we didn't stay at Libya only. We visited Cyherbia, it's a botanical gardens. We had cafe at the new marine of Agia Napa, so you can see the photos. And we met one more day it was at the cultural center, if you remember?
Yes.
The cultural center of the community. So they came up with 5 different ideas that would help their community and their village. The first one, we had some teams, so they compete to each other in order to find the best solution and the best activity, and that they would help the community. The first one, that was the team of Fantastic 3, they decided to have a youth center where they can meet and have trainings. The other was the old and the new, the title. They also wanted to make an activity space, a sustainability cafe, a women's cafe, that women are going to work and meet and have their own space. The third idea was a green park. So we wanted to have a green space park for actions, meetings, etc. The other was My Bike, a bike path, illuminated space, pedestrian path to unite communities to each other, promote exercise and bring ways to commute. And the last one was the Green Village, the community to become greener and sustainable with actions like composting, training on environment topic, etc. So we have these different ideas and we combine them into one. So what the teams decided, here you can see the teams that they presented their ideas in order to compete and to find the best one. So what was decided was having an intergenerational sustainability center, and they set a plan. Do you want us to tell us more about the plan that you set?
Yes, it's gonna be for all the ages, not for the young and the oldest people. Where we're gonna you can go every day there, have a coffee. It's gonna be a lot of training for example, for eldest people, gonna learn how to talk in English, how to use their phones, different things that will help
Become home.
every
So yes, every
people
day,
in the-
and
yeah.
then you are going to have volunteers running the place. So this will eliminate costs of running this. You got also permission from the mayor of the.
Yeah, we have the permission, but it's take time to
Like everything
develop
to
this.
develop it. So they set a plan of who is going to be engaged, where, why we need it, and when we need this. So they have specific actions that they are going to do and how they are going to do it. So they set a plan for creating this place and the value that is going to give to them. To the community is very valuable resource at the Libya because they will have a space to meet with each other and connect the generations together. So it will be a bridge, as they said, between generations. And they also said the next steps. The steps, some of these have been already implemented. And they also, as Dimitri said, it was a very good experience because you meet with each other, and they really both generations enjoyed it because the seniors feel that they were engaged and involved, and the youth get more knowledge and also share knowledge and experience that they have. So a message for the future that they said that they hope that such programs will continue to be strengthened. It's important to give space to everyone's voices and create opportunities for collaboration, learning, and connection. Only this way we can build a more united, humane, and sustainable future for our communities. So thank you very much. This was the Intergenic project. Moving on, we have active organizations in the field, so we are going to meet to see what other organizations have already implemented related to our topic.
Yep.
So we're having a bit of an issue, a technical issue. We're having now 3 videos from the Spanish reality. These are 3 organizations that are mainly collaborating in the green competencies and green actions and in different local realities of Spain. So one in the northern part, in Asturias, in Cantabria, and now it's working. So I don't know if you can hear it. This is Elisenda from For the Westworld Foundation, and she's going to present now one of the challenges. So it's an opportunity to learn and to also gather information for the workshop or ideas for any solutions that we can come up with.
Yeah.
there a tele?
Hmm.
You have it there. You just press it. Okay, I'm sorry.
A ver, se sigue viendo. Se
I'm
sigue
gonna-
viendo.
Okay.
Se sigue viendo. No hay problema. Ok.
I'm giving it-
Pasamos y ya está.
Yeah, maybe we can go through this section later on. So we're gonna skip these video presentations and we can move forward to the following collaborator, which is here with us, he comes from North Macedonia and he's gonna introduce also.
Hello, I'm Stefan Ignatov. I come from University of American College in Skopje, Macedonia, and I'm going to present for the project Action4Climate. I did this project for my university. It's for sustainable transport by the subject Green Society. What?
Don't. Yeah, just look
only
at it.
this. So, firstly, to understand how to make the transport sustainable, we need to understand what is transport. So, firstly, transport allows individuals to travel for work, leisure, and healthcare. It also enables efficient movement of goods from producers to consumers, which is essential for trade and commerce. Also, transportation plays a crucial role in the economic development by connecting markets and facilitating trade. It supports industries by ensuring the timely delivery of raw materials and finished products.
No, it just works with the mouse. With the-
Okay, so once we understand what is transportation, we need to understand what are the cons of transportation. Like I mentioned, transportation is very important for the world to work in a way. So the problem definition is the cons, without a doubt, the impact of the road transport of the road transport on the environment is huge. The always expanding road infrastructure adversely affects plants and animals. It reduces areas of natural habitat of various species of mammals, birds, and many more animals. Also, the poisonous compounds coming from exhaust gases contaminate living organisms, such as the greenhouse effect, which is that is the growth of the temperature on our planet, and are accelerated exponentially by the carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrogen oxides produced by modern means of transport. So now, what's the solution? How can we make transportation sustainable? So, firstly, sustainable transportation refers to mobility system that seek to minimize greenhouse gas emissions and environmental impacts. And we need to do that in a way that will be safe and affordable, so everyone can use sustainable transport. Transport is responsible for minus 25% of EU greenhouse gas emissions. The only major sector where emissions haven't fallen since 1990. Road transportation emissions grew 1.7% per year from 2010 to 2022. And the goal is to achieve low carbon, accessible and efficient mobility through cleaner vehicles, modal shift, and smarter planning. So the main challenges are heavy car dependence. We need to fix this challenge so the people are not too dependent on cars. They can use public transport, they can use cycling. Also the slow electrification of freight and public transport. Like I said, when people use public transport, they can transport multiple people through a bus which will cause less emissions. Underfunded public transport and cycling networks. So as it goes for the public transport, cycling networks in Macedonia are not too famous. There aren't many cycling areas where the people can go, and it needs to invest. We need to invest more in cycling networks. Also, the poor integration between land use and mobility. Invest in public transportation, cycling, and infrastructure, and promote rail and short sea freight over long haul trucking. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. It was super interesting. Okay, so next. Yeah, we are introducing Eurosuccess Consulting. So
He's not here.
yes, thank you. Oh, it's
Okay.
right. Okay, now we can. You're having a presentation, right?
Yes, there is the
You're-
first
okay.
guest speaker, Antonia. She's coming. Oh, she's coming? No, she's here. She's coming to
okay.
present.
Okay.
And,
Thank you so much for joining.
thank you.
Mhm. Which one is it?
Second one.
This one. This one. Okay. Perfect. This one. Okay. You want to say no? Yeah. You can click here, or I can do it for you. That's okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. So let me change one thing. Yeah, sure.
Do you need the sound for video as well?
You okay? As you can see, we had some trouble with the audio. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, we can try. If not, I can just say.
Okay, perfect. Wait a second. I have to find it. Okay, so it's this one. Okay, perfect. Now you have it.
Thank you so much. Okay. Yes. So, hello everyone. Thank you so much for the invitation for today from the Youth Empowerment Training Foundation and also from Romina who invited us today. And so we happily accepted your invitation to attend here today and to present a few things from our side as well. So I'm Antonia Nicolaidou, representing Eurosuccess Consulting, and I'm a senior project manager there, so we work with European projects. And before we start, though, we do have a small video for you to watch for our organization and our services, just so you have in mind in case you don't yet know us. I hope the sound works. If not, I will tell you a few words.
Η Eurosuccess Consulting ιδρύθηκε το 2009 ως ιδιωτική εταιρεία στην Nicosia, την πρωτεύουσα της Κύπρου. Ένα όμορφο, ιδίωρο στην νησιές προσοχή, πλούσιο σε ιστορία και πολιτισμό, που βρίσκεται στο στρατηγικό και πολιτικό σταυροδρόμι μεταξύ Ευρώπης και Μέσης Ανατολής. Λειτουργώντας μέσω τριών κύριων μηνυμάτων, επιχειρηματική ανάπτυξη, διεθνή συνεργασία και στρατηγική διαχείριση, η Eurosuccess Consulting στοχεύει στην υποστήριξη και ενίσχυση της ανταγωνιστικότητας των κυπριακών οργανισμών και φυσικών προσώπων. Αυτό επιτυγχάνεται μέσω της προώθησης της καινοτομίας, της μεταφοράς τεχνολογίας, της αξιοποίησης των ενεργητικών αποτελεσμάτων, της ανάπτυξης συνδέσμων με ερευνητικά και ακαδημαϊκά ιδρύματα, της ανάπτυξης ανθρώπινων πόρων μέσω εξειδικευμένων προγραμμάτων κατάρτισης και της αξιοποίησης σχεδίων και ευκαιριών χρηματοδότησης. Μέσω των υπηρεσιών της Access, οργανισμοί που προέρχονται από όλους τους επιχειρηματικούς τομείς της Κύπρου επωφελούνται συνεχώς από προγράμματα χρηματοδότησης και ευκαιρίες σχετικά με την ανάπτυξη του στρατηγικού σχεδιασμού τους σε διάφορους βασικούς τομείς. Από τις επιδοτήσεις για υφιστάμενες και νέες επιχειρήσεις μέχρι και τις επιχορηγήσεις για πρόσληψη και εκπαίδευση του προσωπικού. Όσον αφορά την διεθνή συνεργασία στους τομείς της έρευνας και εκπαίδευσης, η Access Consulting έχει δημιουργήσει δίκτυα συνεργασίας με διάφορους οργανισμούς τόσο εντός όσο και εκτός Ευρωπαϊκής Ένωσης. Μέσω αυτών των συνεργασιών, η Access συμμετέχει σε διάφορα ευρωπαϊκά έργα και πρωτοβουλίες, καλύπτοντας ένα μεγάλο φάσμα θεματικών τομέων όπως ανάπτυξη επιχειρήσεων και νέων επιχειρηματιών, εκπαίδευση σε θέματα νεολαίας, εκπαίδευση ενηλίκων, σχολική εκπαίδευση, τριτοβάθμια εκπαίδευση, παροχή ευκαιριών διαβίου μάθησης και την υποστήριξη ευάλωτων ομάδων της κοινωνίας. Επιπλέον, η Access Consulting αποτελεί εγκεκριμένο κέντρο και δομή κατάρτισης από την αρχή ανάπτυξης ανθρώπινων αντικειμενικών, ως επίσης και εξεταστικό κέντρο πιστοποιημένο από την ΑΚΤΑ, έναν οργανισμό πιστοποίησης ανθρώπινων αντικειμενικών, ο οποίος εγκρίθηκε από το Αριστοτέλειο Πανεπιστήμιο Θεσσαλονίκης στην Ελλάδα. Πιστοποιημένος με το Διεθνές Σύστημα Ποιότητας ISO 2001, αυτός ο δυναμικός οργανισμός είναι επίσης υπερήφανο μέλος διαφόρων ευρωπαϊκών και εθνικών επαγγελματικών φορέων. Αν ανυπομονείτε να εξερευνήσετε τις δυνατότητες και ευκαιρίες σας για επιτυχία και πιστεύετε στον εαυτό σας, εμπιστευτείτε την Access Consulting ως τον πολύτιμο συνεργάτη σας.
So just briefly, we are an organization that also does European projects. So we're two departments, one for national funds and the other one is for European projects such as Erasmus+. And we do have more than 50 years of experience in that domain and run over 100 European projects. And the biggest majority of our project is Erasmus+ funded. So as you know, this is one of the Europe's most impactful programs that goes beyond, of course, the student mobility that most people think of firstly when they hear of Erasmus+. And it generally supports education, training, youth, and sports. So just to see a bit more specifically about the KA2 mobilities, which refer to cooperation partnerships, these projects aim mostly to strengthen cooperation between organizations, to support innovation in education and training, and develop new learning methodologies and tools in order to address specific European challenges under different domains. So there are different organizations that work together, such as universities, NGOs, companies, and public bodies. So they collaborate together and they exchange knowledge, expertise, and they try to develop innovative solutions for different gaps that we observe in European level. So this could be educational tools, training programs, different learning activities that can be implemented through these funded projects. And the good thing about the Erasmus+ projects is that they allow the collaboration to happen through the funding and also through they encourage this communication between the different organizations that work together so they can achieve more specifically these outcomes. And just to be a bit more practical, we can take a look at the horizontal priorities to see how this also fits with the event that we have today, which is mostly based on environmental issues, and go from there to see a bit more specifically what we mean by that. Of course, if you have any questions, you can stop me and ask in the meantime. So we do have some standard horizontal priorities of Erasmus+, which are divided usually in 4 different categories. And these refer to the general themes of the projects that can be implemented. So the first one, as you see here, refers to digital transformation, which aims at digital skills, innovation for the future workforce. So this is more on technology. The second horizontal priority, so the second theme of Erasmus+, especially this year, is participation in democratic life. So this is mostly about the common values that we have, the participation in different social activities in the society, and with the goal to also promote some common democratic values. Then we do have inclusion and diversity, which, as stated by the name, refers mostly to inclusive environments, to access to education, opportunities for all equally. So this can refer either to women or to migrants or to any other target group that might be underrepresented in certain domains. And lastly, the thing that I think mostly relates to the event today is environmental sustainability and climate action, which aims at also raising awareness on different issues on environment and practical solutions for environmental challenges. So we can identify some specific challenges that exist in European level or even at local level regarding the environment, and also to promote that as a specific gap, so that can be addressed through a new European funded program. These, though, as I said, are the most general thematic areas, but under these horizontal priorities, we can also find some vertical priorities of Erasmus+. The most relevant to the environmental priority can be found here. So the first one that we can see that aligns very nicely is school education, which as children and through education can strengthen their environmental education and also to raise their awareness from a young age regarding different environmental issues. And we do have a project related to that later that we can show you as an example. And also that promotes some innovation and interdisciplinary learning approaches. So this can also benefit the teachers in every school to promote such values from a young age. Then we do also have the vocational education and training vertical priority, which refers to more professionals that try to build on their skills and be ready for the workplace. So under this domain, we can of course help regarding the development of green skills and labor market, and also to support sustainable innovation and entrepreneurship. This we will also show briefly a project that relates to this but priority and regarding leadership specifically later, so we can have a more clear idea of what that means. And lastly, we do have youth, which is a priority that addresses the needs of the younger crowd, let's say. So this can be by encouraging youth participation in environmental issues or social issues, and also to support initiatives that actually empower young people to contribute the sustainable development. So this is just as a bit of food for thought for you to think about how the Erasmus Plus can support environmental action in general, and to show that sustainability is not really a separate topic, but it's something that goes along all the priorities of Erasmus Plus sectors and projects. And here there are also some more ideas for that can be later, let's say, worked on and see how some of them might be relevant to you, because I know that we have an activity later that I think you will be addressing some of the needs of some environmental issues and challenges. This can also be regarding circular economy, green entrepreneurship, climate awareness, and so on. So there are many things that are relevant to these domains. And also another very important thing that we want to communicate today regarding the European projects is that we try to create long-term impact that goes beyond the project's lifespan. So after the project finishes, this is something that we want to continue to have the outputs of every project. So let's say one project can have a duration of 2 to 4 years. We want to have the results and everything even further from the duration of any project. And the results should be shared also with a wider community apart from the stakeholders directly from the project. So this can also support the long-term sustainability of it. And just to show you a couple of examples of our projects regarding the environment, we have one that was completed in 2024, which is called Upcycling, and it aimed to introduce primary and secondary schools to creative waste reuse. So it says, the name says recycling and upcycling. So we try to make children and also the teachers to be more sensitive about these issues, to try and help them work with previously used materials to recycle them and make something new out of it. So this concept was introduced through the school education and also to the students. And this was a project run by 7 different European countries. So yes, you can also have the presentations later, so you can review everything that you might need and take another look if you have any questions to get back to us. And also another project that is not directly related to the environment, but has many aspects of it that we thought it would be nice to mention today, is called Fit for the Future. And this is, again, an Erasmus Plus project, which runs through 2024 and 2027, which is mostly on promoting inclusive and regenerative leadership in the workplace and educational environments. So here, it's a VET program, so it mostly aims at professionals who try to build on their leadership skills and professional skills, but under the modules of the training that we will have for this project, we do have mentions regarding green practices, sustainability, and stuff that any leader should be aware of and incorporate in their everyday life and leadership style, let's say. So we thought it would be nice just to show that even though one project might not be directly related to the horizontal environmental priority, can still have some aspects of environmental innovation in their curriculums, in their trainings, or in their thinking of, behind the project, why do we do that? And also just as an opportunity to see that we can incorporate some specific topics in every project that can make the practices a bit greener. And so for this one, this is again mostly on leadership, system thinking. But of course, there are many actions that are included in every one of our projects. And you can find more information if you want for any of them here in their websites, and also in their social media if you have anything specific that you want to learn, or of course you can get back to us with any specific questions or comments regarding any of those if you find it interesting or if you want to learn more about it. Also for Fit for the Future, we do have a webinar on Wednesday. If anyone is interested, they can reach out to us just to get an idea of another project. And just to sum it up, we thought that it would be nice to be presented here today with you in the event, as such initiatives like the event today are reflected through the same spirit of collaboration that you have also with between you today, and that this is what drives actually the European projects in general, and this is the overall goal that we want to achieve through the projects. So it's nice that I see that it also brings together people from different ages, people from different expertise in different organizations, with the overall goal to exchange ideas, develop creative solutions through the workshops, through the activities, through the discussions, and to address any environmental challenges that you will also be able to point out at local level or later at European level as well. So this is nice to see how these small ideas can be reflected, to be shared, and be developed in a more collective way. So this can later create a more bigger initiative, let's say, with targets to real environmental challenges that will come from the experts and the communities, hopefully. So yes, that's all from our side for today. Of course, if you have any questions, as I said, this is my email as well. And if you want to reach out, of course, feel free to do so. And I hope you found some food for thought here with useful. I know for some of you, this is a standard practice with Erasmus Plus, so you already are aware of the initiatives and the priorities and all of that. But I hope for some it's something that they learn something a bit new, and it's good for your follow-up activities as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Antonia. Okay, so we fixed the technical issue.
Yeah.
So we think we're gonna move forward to the Spanish cases. So we start now with these videos of the people who couldn't be here with us today in Cyprus, and then we end up with more physical people here explaining initiatives, which is gonna be more dynamic before lunch. So yeah, let's begin with. I also wanted to mention a huge thanks for the Institute of Ecological, El Instituto ecológico literal, from Valencia, because Cosmina was a truthful collaborator and she wanted to be here with us, but due to international context, she couldn't make it for the planes and the transfers. And sadly, she had to join us online again, and she sent us a video in the last minute. So she's really committed to this, and we really hope you enjoy all of the challenges we're presenting here for the Spanish local reality as well.
So, just right here. Es que esto- Sorry, technical issues. Efectivamente. Pues buena pregunta.
Hay que salir del escenario de primero, claro.
Pues no lo sé. Porque si yo esto lo pongo, es que ahora mismo no sé qué cojones está viendo en el stream. Puedes verlo tú.
Vale, sí, claro. Okay, so yeah, this technical thing is without our full control. So we are still working on it in the end. So maybe we can do 5-minute breaks.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and we retake at 11:30. And there's some coffee and biscuits in the back if you want to serve yourselves. And we're gonna go back for the streamer presentation.
Sure. Sí, pues en principio está. Sí, pues ya está. Hacemos 5 minutos. O sea, en el stream ahora mismo tiene que verse el vídeo de For the Best World. Vale. Vale, pues ya está. Suficiente. O sea, que lo que se ve aquí no es lo que se ve en el stream. Es que la colega es eso, o sea, we can move. Eso.
Every bottle, every vapor, every piece of waste we throw away begins an invisible journey. A journey that starts in our home, crosses our cities, travels through rivers, and ends in the sea. But that journey is not inevitable. We can change it. We are For the Best World, a foundation working to restore ecosystems, reduce waste, and reconnect people with nature. We believe that major environmental change begins with something very simple: people to decide to act. This is why we develop projects where environmental actions become so.
Sí, en el stream funciona. Pues está bien. Eso es lo que os digo. O sea, es aquí donde es jodido.
We reduce waste and promote circular economy solutions, and we work with young people to transform waste into
The stream
resources.
is fine. It's just that we are
Our
not seeing it
workshops
here.
and educational projects young people learn how to recycle and transform plastic, understand the impact of waste, and design solutions for a more sustainable future. Our goal is
The stream is working,
to move
but it's just that
from
we are not
awareness to action.
it's not all of the people who are here. Okay, so
Every
it's
day
just that.
we face a major challenge. A large part of the waste that ends up in the sea doesn't come directly from the coasts. It comes from cities. It travels through rails, streams, and rivers until it finally reaches the ocean.
No, what we can do
And the
is
most surprising thing is that many
what
people
we
are not aware
can try to
of
do
this journey.
what
What we
yeah.
threw away today can travel from
Yes.
kilometers without
Yes.
us ever saying
Yes,
something.
sure. We're
That
going
is
to end
why
this one.
one of the biggest
It's
environmental changes is not only
2 minutes,
cleaning up,
and we will.
feasible, what usually
Yeah, it's security. Okay.
at For This World,
Yeah, it's here.
we work to change this reality. We organize cleanup and ecosystem restoration actions, create educational projects, and develop solutions to reduce waste from the resource. We also collaborate with cities, companies, and communities to show that another model is possible. But we know that this change cannot be achieved by one organization alone. We need new ideas. That is why today we want to propose a challenge.
Απολογούμαστε για την καθυστέρηση, απλά παίζει το βίντεο στο streaming και εμείς δεν μπορούμε να το δούμε εδώ πέρα, στην οθόνη, και οπότε προσπαθούμε να τελειώσει το βίντεο για να ξεκινήσουμε την παρουσίαση της Χριστιανής.
But that journey happens without anyone saying it. So our challenge for you,
The thing is,
how can we make the invisible journey of waste from the city visible?
We will take the break after the presentation so the speakers can leave if they want. So that we are going to move on with the presentations, and then we are going to see the video, watch the videos later.
An artistic installation, an educational experience, or a technology that helps visualize the impact of our waste. What matters is not only the idea.
Okay, great.
What matters is it helps millions of people understand something fundamental. Waste doesn't disappear. It's only changed place. The future of the planet depends on new ideas. Ideas that reconnect people with ecosystems. Ideas that turn concern into action. And maybe the next great solution to protect our rivers and seas starts right here, today.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So hi everyone, my name is Cristina Barrios. I am a director at CKT. I'm also a researcher on pedagogy with a focus on AI technology on Center of Innovation and Excellence in Teaching. And I am also as a self-employed individual, and I serve as a individual specialist at UNESCO, again on pedagogy. Our company, CKT, is a business consulting company. It's a small medium enterprise company based in Cyprus, Nicosia. So one of the things we try to do is, because I am a very self-motivated individual and I try to act based on the good of the society, I wanted my company that I created to have the same focus, the same energy as me. So this is why I created the company. The first time I started working in the European projects, it was because of my friend Romina, which is at the end. She was the one that tried to help me get on board with the ideas I had, which was mainly on deaf individuals, because I wanted to do something for my uncle, which was like a father to me. So this is how things drive and change our lives. So based on this, I created the company, and that afterwards just made a major of improvements. So just a note, take chances, never fear. So our company is EKT. So we combine consulting skills with our expertise. I used to work at the Human Resource Development Authority of Cyprus, ANAV, for someone you know. So I gained a lot of experience on how training programs are formed, what are the indicators for quality education, and of course how to read policies and guides that are developed through funding schemes by the government. So this was a knowledge, but at the time I didn't know I needed, or I didn't know at least that it will help me develop further as an individual. So based on this experience, I started working also in business consulting within my company in projects. Our company has 4 brands. The brands are CKT Business Consulting, which is the one I mentioned. We have the funding widget, which relates with every funding activities that can generate funds for or grants, access to grants for business and organizations. We also have CKT Training Center, which solely provides single scheme training programs to organizations or business. And lastly, we have CKT Ultimate Trainers, which is a brand that focuses only on developing corporate trainers or certified trainers by the Human Resource Development Authority. So through our company, we have a mission. Our mission is, of course, innovation, which is social innovations also incorporated into business values. So that's why we also focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion. The diversity, equity, and inclusion, we believe it's a pillar that changes the world. And of course, if companies changing mindsets, it can also change society and the businesses as a level. So in our company, we also engage with EU-funded projects. So one of our projects is Digital Cuisine project. Digital Cuisine is a project that is based on sustainable culinary arts and digital storytelling. If you don't know what is culinary arts, it's cooking, okay? For those who love cooking, so this is it. So what we aim to do, this is our website. So what we aim to do is that we have some activities. It's a small scale project, and it has, we try to build digital skills to individuals through how, and of course, based on what is we see into the society. Into the society, what do we see? We see people engage with videos. We see flash, quick scrolling, swipe up. So based on this concept, we have this project. So the project aims to provide, we try to incorporate our ideas, let's say, of the project into how the society works and acts today. So the first thing we thought that we should develop is how to train people on digital skills, on how to create videos, on how to photo edit images, how to create articles, how to submit something on blogs or whatever, so to create the creative content concept. Okay, so after that, was one idea we had. So after that, we said, okay, what do we want to do? What we have seen is that we've seen that our heritage, and especially our culinary heritage, it changes, it gets lost throughout the years. For example, I remember having, we didn't have pizza at McDonald's or whatever when we were younger. So we were used to eat what our grandmothers or grandparents, family, parents, whatever, used to cook for us. So when we go back and try to remember what was the first Greek Cypriot food you had when you were young. So we tried to have these stories that we were having in our mind to still be available to young individuals of tomorrow. So this is how we believe that we can preserve our heritage, which is also for the Mediterranean islands, is within our culture. Food is our culture. So that's why we have a cross-cultural exchange, which is with Italy. We have a lot of similarities with Italians, so we fight over who has the better olive oil, who has the better cheese. Is it theirs or it's our halloumi? So through that, we also try to incorporate what the EU actions suggest. So the EU actions say that we have to promote, we have to go through a sustainable way of living through food waste, for example. So this was another priority we had to incorporate. So based on these three things, we mixed them up and we created Digital Cuisine project. So this is the main idea of the project. We want to strengthen the digital skills of individuals. We want to promote sustainable cooking practices. For example, I remember my grandmother when she had mens, one day she did keftedes. If you know, keftedes are meatballs. And the other day we had kupepkia, which is stuffed olive vines. So we try to use this heritage that we get from our grandparents on how these food sustainable actions that were from the past can transfer and also be available to people today. So the project results will be the digital storytelling, which is the same story that I mentioned before. What do you remember from your first experience in Greek Cypriot food? As I said to Dimitris before, mine was, I remember sitting on the table with my brother, and between us was my mom. And I remember her cutting, some meatball, which is keftes, I said before, with some cucumber, and she was feeding us by hand. So it was one for my brother and one for me. So this is, for example, the stories we want and we aim to get through the project. And of course, we will host and hold some cooking workshops with sustainable practices. We will generate the training materials which will be available free to the public so they can access anytime. For example, how to work on Canva, how to work on CapCut, on how to blog, create a blog, and all the ideas that will generate it throughout the project. The heritage, we say in the Mediterranean culinary heritage, will create a digital book, an ebook. This is the one project we have. The other project we have in our company is Envisio. Envisio aims to empower young entrepreneurs in sustainable initiatives. That means that we want young people from the age of 18 to 30, to become the green entrepreneurs of tomorrow. The project runs in Italy, Cyprus, Latvia, Malta, and Turkey. So we want them to build companies, which is also the basis of the economy in EU. The basis is small and medium enterprises. So based on this, we want them to create or give them at least the knowledge to create companies, on how to create them and how to sustain them, but with a mindset of sustainability and green entrepreneurship. So the project aims to promote the green entrepreneurship. So it's either through the project, we have created 5 training programs. Each training program is focused on a special skill. Each one of the special skill, the training program is based again on the European qualification framework. It was developed by scientists specialists on entrepreneurship. And also we have some self-assessment exercises. We have funding models that we provide for them. We have sources of where to access funding, local and European, in all the 4 or 5 countries we have mentioned before. So it was a lot of work done. And the most challenging part of this project is that in Latvia, Turkey, and Italy, it was focused on engaging deaf youth. So it was extremely challenging trying to engage communities that were marginalized, because they were also very defending. They were very protective to each other on how and why do you approach us. So this was the main idea for the challenge. It was to develop the skills of youth. And of course, we try through our initiatives to create a networking and collaboration. We have also incorporated in the platform we created that hosts all the 5 training programs, a mentoring tool. The mentoring tool means that every step of the way through the training programs and the self-assessment exercises, an individual can contact their mentor, their dedicated country mentor, and their mentor will support back all the actions on what was the idea, what went wrong through the development of how they visualize things. So we do support very hands-on on their ideas. And as I mentioned before, because it is for non-hearing young individual, we also incorporate sign language video into our training programs. We also include subtitles, voiceover, and the sign language. So we're trying to holistically set the framework of accessibility within the project. Of course, all our materials are also available in PowerPoint or PDF. And in PDF, we have also incorporated high accessibility standards. So this is our consortium. It's the language we've said before. The results are the 5 training programs, is the hub that contains the 5 training programs and the languages that are available. It's the things we've mentioned before. Another thing is that we have also augmented reality case studies, which individuals can scan through their phones and see how, let's say, a 3D model in real life. And of course, all content is available and accessible for free. So guys, the future is green. Now what we have to do is why now, to think why now, what can we do, and of course, how we can get started. So thank you guys. You can scan the QR codes if you want access to the two projects.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, Novatex? Yeah. No, Novatex?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Where's the camera?
That just
So
was.
the next presentation is from Mr. Yorgos.
Yeah.
He's the director of Novatex and ESEC.
There's no microphone.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And we're going to move on to his
Yeah, it's here,
presentation.
the microphone. Yeah, so check.
¿Por qué no lo tenéis por stand?
Put it here to pass.
Yes, I will tell you.
Okay.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm going to talk about technology that could potentially help fight the climate change and adapt to the climate. I represent 2 organizations, Novatex Solutions, which was established 26 years ago, and also ESEC, which is a non-profit research education organization established about 5 years ago. So let's go on and let's go to the important part of this presentation, which is, let's say, climate change. Climate change affects water resources and coastal zones. We saw yesterday what happened with the winds in Yanapa and Paphos areas, where we had a lot of wind. We also have a drought and that affects, and we are very worried of what is going to happen during the summer. We have soil resources, forest and agriculture. As you remember, we had a lot of fires, as well as in Spain last year we had a lot of fires. So soil resources, forest and agriculture are really important. Public health is important. We see that we have heat waves coming on with 45 degrees, for example, 50 degrees, almost 50 degrees, which affect our daily lives and especially the elderly. And at the same time, because of these climate extremes, we have a problem with energy. Sometimes we need to heat a space, sometimes we need to cool a space. And of course, this affects tourism as well. How this affects tourism? Imagine if instead of going to the Mediterranean countries for holidays, because it's a nice weather, warm weather, we can go to Norway because of the climate change. So we might be able to see a shift of tourism from Mediterranean countries to other northern countries because of this climate change. And at the same time, because of the tourism, we might have a lot of water needs. So tourism consume a lot of water, they do a lot of things. So these are things that we have to address and as for the climate change. Many of these are just some of them. Okay, let's go on. So here I have a very generic, I would say, technology matrix for each of these. I don't have time to explain anything, but since we are going to share the slides later, I will explain what we have here. So we have sector, water resources, soil resources, coastal zones, biodiversity, agriculture, forest, etc. So we have all these sectors. And here in this table here, we have the technologies that could potentially help for these sectors. Internet of Things, water sensors, satellite monitoring, soil sensors, precision agriculture, smart and precision agriculture, wildfire detection systems, okay, and many other things, as well as infrastructure for smart cities, digital twins, etc. And one of the things that we have today is, compared to 5 years ago, is predictive AI models. So we can create, based on old data, historical data, we can predict maybe a drought, maybe we can predict a fire. With using AI and data, we are able to prevent fires, to predict fires, and take the necessary measures. And example solutions, you can see them here, the example solutions. For example, wildfire early warning platforms. So if the temperature of the air is very high, if we have a lot of combustible materials, then by using these remote sensing techniques, using satellite technology, for example, we can predict this is a very dangerous area for fire, so we must be careful. So the list goes on and on and on, as well as flood risk planning. In Spain, a few months ago, there was floods in Valencia. I think there were floods in Valencia that never happened again. So it's important to measure the rain, for example, and make predictions of what is the possible flood risk and warn people before it happens, so to take measures. So these are a technology matrix, so please go through it, search in Google, search in ChatGPT about all these solutions, and let's go on to the next slide. So what we have here is, let's take for example that climate change is there, it's happening. And the important part is not only to fight the climate, but also to adapt to climate. How do we adapt? Okay, and if we adapt, how do we measure the adaptation? How effective we are? Are we doing something in an effective way? Is it measurable of what the actions we take? And one of the things that the methods that we do in order to measure the impact of our proposed solutions is using Internet of Things, devices that they measure various parameters using Internet of Things. And by measuring the before and after, we can make sure and ensure that this measure that we took has a positive effect in the whole process. So we have sensors, Internet of Things, we have remote sensing using satellite technology. Now we have AI and climate analytics. So we have all this data, gathering all data. It is expected that we have something like 300 billion Internet of Things sensors around the globe nowadays. So imagine analyzing all this data. Imagine analyzing the satellite data and creating digital, and this is the important thing, not only use the data, is create digital platforms for decision support. So all decisions will be based on data, sensors, remote sensing, analyze them using AI, and create platforms that will help decision makers to take actions, to decide about things, about actionable insight. So it's important to understand that data, analyzing data, and actions. This is an important equation, I would say. So let's move on. So this, as I mentioned before, we have water shortages and drought, soil degradation, crop stress and lower yields. When the temperature goes to 50 degrees or 45 degrees with a lot of with no water for the last couple of months, then we have a lot of degradation. Coastal erosion and flooding, loss of biodiversity, and for each of these parameters, we can measure them using IoT sensors. Soil moisture, temperature, humidity, and there are hundreds of sensors. Okay. There are hundreds of sensors, and there are many ways to measure all these things, either in situ, locally, using sensor, or using remote sensing using satellite. So let's move on. So, for example, here we have again what we mentioned before, and this is one of the latest sensors that we got at my house. It's an IoT sensors that measures water consumption. So, if I know my real water consumption and I know in real time my water consumption, that means that I will be able to control my consumption as well. So, if my son spends 30 minutes to have a shower, for example, I will be able to measure this with my mobile phone. I will be able to measure this and read this and tell my son, be careful, you have spent 300 liters of water just for a shower. Okay, so this is very important. Let's move on. So if we measure something, then we will be able to take measures and control it. So, as I mentioned, you all know this. This is a typical view of our dams in Cyprus the last couple of months. We didn't have any water. We also have a coastal erosion, which we can be measured in this, and this creates a lot of problems in near areas near the sea, etc. So please have a look at all this and climate challenges and related technology solutions. Let's move on. These are the things that I mentioned before. If we know the combustible, there is a lot of combustible material, then we'll be able to predict fires. We can measure, if we measure the temperature and humidity in the soil, especially the soil moisture, we will be able to put the exact amount of water that our crop requires and not do whatever we think, etc. So let's move on. One of the things that, so what we have in the sector of smart and precision agriculture, we have in situ sensors that we put in the soil, for example, and at the same time, we can have remote sensing data that sends to the farmer and the farmer has a dashboard where he is able to read the measurements and take real-time decisions. Let's move on. These are just examples of how we can do things. For example, we have a fire watch tower and with cameras, smart cameras, etc. Okay, let's move on. Fire sats, another example here. This is another example, energy and infrastructure, which is important as well. The tourism sector, move on. So there are many solutions. So what we have is we monitor using sensor data. We analyze the data using AI today, and then we make some predictions, and then we decide. So our decisions are based on facts. Let's move on. So satellite technology is very important. We run a project called CROSS, which was funded by a European Space Agency. So please go to this website and find out how we use satellite technology to do this. Another project that we run is remote sensing research, which is in collaboration with the Aerospace Center of Excellence and University of Thessaloniki in Greece, in which it was we had environment, remote sensing, and how it affects the market, and how we use satellite technology in order to face all these problems. Let's move on. These are other things that we are doing, Internet of Things products that we use, and we map them. So we measure some tank level using IoT sensors, and we have some charts which are important. And these things could be, we can put them on the map, and we will be able, this is a real map of something that we measure, and we are able to measure at each location what's happening, etc. So we can measure statistics. For example, here is the particulate matter for dust. Let's move on. Please have a look at this DVFabs.eu. It's another product that we run for the food and beverage sector. Another project we run now is eco schools, ecological schools. Move on. And you can find all this information in a website that we have dedicated for education, which is class365.eu. In this website, you are able to find a lot of educational material, a lot of information material about climate change, about technology, about tools. So within these 15 minutes, it is impossible to talk about everything. If you want to discover more about how technology, etc., please visit this website, in which you will find a lot of projects that we run. It's free, it's online. You will be able to log in, create an account, log in, and read about everything, new technology, etc. Move on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jorgos.
Thank you so much.
You were mostly on time. Just 2 minutes more. Okay, so thank you all. We're gonna go for the last presentation, which is from Olivia from Materia Group, and after that, I think we're gonna finish with the streaming. So people at home, you can leave and you can stretch your legs and go grab something to eat, and we will move here for an energizer, for some kind of games related also to climate action, and always learning through by doing and gaming. It's always easier for us to retain the information and to have some fun while we strengthen our competencies. So, thank you. Hello.
Just 1 sec. Share screen. This one.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Olivia Kanapitsa. I'm a health psychologist and the head of the psychosocial department of Materia Group. Can I move on?
Yep.
Okay. Why me? Why a psychologist? Who we are? Materia Group is a nursing care and rehabilitation center in Nicosia. We have 2 units, and we aim to older adults. Materia. Is this a? Okay, Materia. Why Materia? The name is not. It's not by chance. I mean, we chose this name because we are located, as you can see, in the forest, in the park. And our logo is also a tree. Materia in Latin means Mother Earth. And the reason we chose that
this name is because as an organization, we strongly believe in a holistic approach regarding patients. And we think that the presence in the environment of the patient is very important for their well-being. We are a multidisciplinary team, which means that we are comprised of nurses, physiotherapists, psychologists, cognitive psychologists. We have doctors that will cooperate. And one of our aims as a group is to provide quality of life to patients who come to us for rehabilitation after having surgery, hip surgery, heart surgery, brain injuries, cancer, and all these things. So for us, quality of life is really important. We believe that a patient can have quality of life and live well under certain circumstances. Hospitalization can be very harsh. So when a patient goes to hospital, by default, the place is not ideal. And due to their illness, they get very stressed, they get scared. So we believe that patients should have quality of life given the circumstances. And this concept of the environment, how is the environment connected to the patient is that, okay, if the surroundings of the patient is okay, then the patient might be better. It has been like an ongoing research. I mean, I remember, I will give you one of the examples that I worked as a researcher in the past. In 2010, I was a researcher at the Essex University, and we had a study in collaboration with the biology department, and we examined the effect of colors and shapes in the clinical environments. And we noticed that some certain colors, for example, the use of green, and would play like a positive role on patients' mood and commitment, adherence to medication, even the colors, or even the shapes. For example, we noticed that sharp shapes like furniture that have edges, you know, like this, when the structure is very edgy, let's say, then it causes stiffness. But shapes that have like more circular, they create this relaxed feeling. So we noticed that, and of course we're not the only department who did that, but there has been ongoing research. And another study, for example, that I read recently in Norway, they noticed that in clinical settings, like for example in hospitals where they had patients with mental disorders, even the natural light played a role on their mood. And for example, people with bipolar depression, bipolar disorders, they might get very excited due to natural light, especially during springtime, because natural light has blue wavelengths. And these things, it has been shown that it impacts their symptoms. They become more agitated, and they cannot find the time to relax because blue wavelengths, by default, they get us more excited, let's say. So they noticed in that clinic that if they remove the blue wavelengths from the natural light, from the light even in the clinical setting, then patients with bipolar disorders would calm down. So they found that even their sleep was affected by that. They had better quality of sleep. So if you have better quality of sleep, it's one of the parts of quality of life of the patient. So yes, it seems that natural environment and even the light and the surroundings play an important role in health. It has been going, there's ongoing research on biophilic architecture. I don't know if you're familiar with this term. We are trying to, there has been evidence that incorporating natural elements in the clinical settings, like plants, water, gardens, can lead to faster recovery, lower medication intake, lower blood pressure, better heart rate,
and it also reduces anxiety and stress in patients. And moreover, patients usually report better patient satisfaction. They believe that the environment is good and they have improvement. So, for example, these are some cases where natural environment is incorporated in the clinical settings, indoor and outdoor. In older adults, Materia, as I mentioned before, we are aiming at older adults, and many of our patients have dementia. We have noticed that the natural environment plays a role in older people with dementia. It leads to better physiological responses such as low blood pressure, improved heart rate, again, reduced anxiety and agitation that is usually seen in older patients with dementia. Dementia patients can become really agitated, but we have noticed that nature can play a role because it provides stimuli, natural stimuli. Even if you have like garden in a clinical setting, in a care unit with dementia patients, the garden, the flowers, having plants like lavender, basil, it evokes, it promotes all the senses and it evokes memories, positive memories. So it calms down the behavioral symptoms of the patients. And finally, to make it short, it seems that natural environments in clinical settings can also have a positive impact not only in patients but also in the healthcare professionals. We also suffer from burnout, all the healthcare professionals, so it's really important for them to also have quality of life, because if they are okay, if the healthcare professionals are okay and the caregivers are okay, then the patient will be okay. So again, there is evidence that natural environment also affects the mental health of health professionals, and many healthcare professionals have reported lower stress, increased job satisfaction, and overall well-being. For example, in the UK, where I worked in a hospital, there was like a garden at the back of the hospital, and employees, during their break, they could go out, have a walk, plant something, and have some tea, and then come back. And it showed that their performance also increased more. So yeah, I did it as fast as I could. I had prepared a scenario to discuss here, but obviously we don't have time. And given the facts that were presented here, I had like the scenario of a healthcare setting for all the adults, and how would you imagine a place like this? What suggestions there could be on how environment and nature could be integrated, and what possible limitations could be if you had this scenario. So that's all for me. Very fast. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you all very much for joining us, for bringing all your knowledge, your experiences, your further ideas to fight against the climate change and to seek for adaptation and mitigation measures. And there were, to be honest, this is a small-scale partnership and project, so we weren't expected that many organizations who collaborated, so many people passionate about the topic in all the three localities. So we really thank your participation here. It's super important. Otherwise, this wouldn't exist. So I think it's time for us to move on to the more like dynamic part and talking among each other and just enjoying some lunch as well soon. So thank you.
So.
Everyone can participate. You want to join in English?